Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم هن لباس لكم وأنتم لباس لهن صدق الله العظيم وقال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد بشان حبيبه إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. Inshallah, today our topic is forced marriage and Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُم. Translation is, and amongst its signs, whose signs? Among the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He has created earth and skies. Then He said, وَأَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُم. And they have different colors and the different languages. Inshallah, we'll go in colors and we'll go in languages. But where this ayat is starting? The ayat is starting the one we mentioned yesterday. Min ayati an khalaqa lakum min anfusikum azwajan litaskunu ilayha. That Allah says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created from amongst you your spouses litaskunu ilayha. You remember that? Litaskunu ilayha, so that you gain peace through them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked about وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. That was the day before we talked about Mawaddatan wa rahmah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who puts love, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who puts rahmah, mercy in your hearts. After that, this ayat comes. Why do I have to repeat all those previous ayat? I had to repeat the previous ayat to let you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about husband and wife. Spouses He's talking about. And after talking about spouses, the conversation has not finished yet. He started talking about Zameen, Asman, earth, skies, different colors and different languages. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would do that? There's always rabat. Remember, Allah never finishes conversation in the half. Yeah, maybe people don't understand. People sometimes they don't understand that why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about this. You just need to use your sense why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about Zameen and Asman. Here I'm going to start my conversation about this topic. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, amongst His signs, that Allah subhanahu created Zameen and Asman. What Allah is saying, talking about spouses. It's still conversation, the spouses going on. Some your husbands are going to be very down to earth, very humble, very nice. Some of your wives are going to be very nice. They won't say anything, very shy. You know, some people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, sometimes people are born with haya. Don't say anything to them. One brother came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, he made a complaint to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he said, Ya Rasulullah, my brother is shy too much. He has a lot of haya in him. And I get trouble sometimes. Because when we're doing business, someone doesn't pay and he doesn't really say to them much. He says it once or twice and he doesn't ask them money. That's they owe us. So I have to go and fight for behalf of him because it's his money or whatever. And Rasulullah said, don't shout at him. He has been gifted with haya. Some people are gifted with haya and some people are not gifted with haya. Some people are just without haya. They have to control themselves. Rasul says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that some people are down to earth, while ard, some people are like earth. Your husband is going to be very nice, humble. They will listen to you straight away. You say anything, they always say, yeah, that's fine. I want to buy this suit. Yeah, that's fine. Go for it. I want to go my mom's house. Yeah, that's fine. Go. I want to go to my dad's house. That's fine. I want to help my sister. She's going through trouble. Yeah, that is money. They are very nice. Your wives are going to be very down to earth. They will be like, koi gal nahi khair, it's okay. We lost money or something happened. It's okay, that's fine. Your mom said something to your wife and she'll be like, it's okay, that's fine. No worries, that's fine. I'll take that. Your sister said something to your wife, she'll take that. Your brother said, or anyone, your mother-in-law, your father-in-law said something to your wife, they will take that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, some people are not like that. Al-ard was samawat. Some people are like Asman. They're very high. Maybe pride-wise they're very high. Maybe dunyavi ilm was they're very high. So you have to see who you are meeting. I know girls, they are married to very good job people, but they said we only stayed there for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Then they started taunting me. They started teasing me. They started, taking that, anger out and making the issues that I'm not well, educated person, and they all are doctors, and the divorce has taken place. One of my my wife's friend, she was in college college, and she used to say, I want to marry a very rich person, and from here I'm never going to marry back home or whatever. She said, a rich person, whatever she asked for, she got it. She got it, whatever she asked for. She wanted to marry a rich person, and she got married to a doctor, very rich person, big house, everything. But they were always telling her off. This is how you are, you don't have anything, you're not even educated, you only went to college, the only basic things you did. And then she said, I had enough. After a few years, divorce had taken place. Then she got married to someone who works in KFC, came from back home. And she said, I'm the happiest person alive on this earth. I'm very happy. That doesn't mean that some people don't know anything, they cannot make you happy. And they don't have money, they cannot make you happy. And that does not mean that people have money, they have a lot of wealth, they can keep you happy. I get phone calls from Haleban. Haleban is a very rich area. I get phone calls from their wives are phoning me from there. Mom said, I have everything. I have everything. I'm just not happy in this house. It's like I'm caged in this house. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, some of the nishaniya are, some people are very nice, some people are not going to be nice. Some of your wives are not going to be nice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, maybe you got the kind of wife that your mother says something. Oh Allah, your wife is going to say 10 times worse. Your sister's going to say something, she's going to do 10 times worse. Never mind your sister, your wife, you're going to say something, she's going to be 10 times worse. So some people, you have to adjust. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talking about, you have to adjust with these people. First, you see the nature of that person, what kind of nature he has. Like yesterday, a brother asked question. He said, I was ashamed asking question in front of everyone. It was a simple question, but very beneficial question. He said, you're talking about when someone is angry, go and ask forgiveness. So Imam Sahib, if let's say I fought with my wife, then I go out and I bought flowers for my wife. I came home and I gave her flowers or chocolates. And if she's still not, good mood with me, if still she's not okay with me, then what shall I do? They're like, look, you need to use your sense. Water is really hot. You want to put your finger in to check it's hot or no. What you gonna do before you put your finger in? What you gonna do? You're gonna wait for it to cool it down, isn't it? So you just had a fight with your wife. She's fuming. I don't know what you said to your wife. I don't know what she said to you. Everything's heated up at the moment. You need to first calm her down. Flowers are not gonna do anything. Putur Ferrero chocolate is not gonna do anything. No milkshake is gonna do anything. Nothing at all. Right now, your wording is gonna do everything. So first you go to your wife and talk to her, calm her down. Once you calm down, not completely, it's a little bit calm down. Now you go buy flowers and chocolate, whatever you want to do, any gift to take her out. But if she is so angry and then there you said so many bad things about her mom, about herself, that you don't make handi properly. Since you're coming in this house, you said this, you've been wearing the clothes like that kind of clothes, you're doing this, you're doing that. Flowers are not going to do anything now. You have to go talk to her. Once everything is calmed down, then you go and do whatever the extra things you need to do. This is called depending on what kind of nature they have. That's what we are talking about. We don't know what kind of wife you have. People found me, Imam Sahib, this happened, that happened. I said, look, I don't know what kind of nature of your wife is. I don't know what type of nature your husband is. I don't know when you're going to go. I cannot give you one person scenario to you or this person scenario to you. I leave every situation on the person. I said, right, these are the few things you can do. These are things you cannot do. It depends on nature of the wife, nature of the person. Go and talk to her. If she starts shouting, start doing something, that's fine, that's okay. You just calm her down. So we talk about the person can be very nice, down to earth, and the person can be really pride kind of person, or he doesn't listen to you and always very stubborn. The two kind of people. Now next, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ, that there are different colors and the different languages. Here we are talking about the tone of language. Maybe your tone is different. The person, the way he talks to you, very sarcastic way. You always talk to you sarcastic way. Some people, they always talk to you in very anger mode. They're very angry. They always anger mode, the way he talks. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ, they're different colors. Like some people, when they marry someone, and before marriage, they will never show you their true colors. When the girls come to me, the boys come to me, they say, Imam Sahib, I want to marry this boy. We've been together 6 months, but I want to know this boy. Can we just talk like for a few months? I said, no matter you talk to him for 1 year, how are you going to know that person completely? He will never show his true colors. Before marriage, they always, they are, what calls, अभी वो free नहीं हो रहा आपके साथ.
He's not opening up towards on you. He's not going to show his bad side. He's always going to be good with you, buying gifts for you, doing all the good things for you. He's never going to show true colors. When you start living together, when you start, uh, sharing the problems of the house, bills, everything, sharing, the kids are here now, children are here, sleepless nights, you need to go to her house, the parents are calling you, maybe she's not feeling well, and he has to stay awake at night time, and by next morning he has to go to work. All these, when these things are happening, this is when you really know what kind of person he is. No matter you stay with the person 6 months, no matter you stay with the person 1 year, you will never find out. Why? Because you have not started living together. This one you will find out what true colors he has and what kind of tone he has, the way he's going to talk to you. When he's going to sleep last night, the way he's going to talk to you, the way he's going to ignore you. So Allah's subhanahu talking about these kind of people. Some are very nice, very stubborn. Different colors, different kind of languages. And they can be different. Where the conversation started, Allah is the one who created spouses for you so that you feel sukoon. And at the end, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started talking about zameen, asman, colors, languages. Our scholars say, Allah is still continuing the same topic, but he's talking about what? He's talking about still husband and wife, but different colors, different languages, down to earth or very stubborn. What are we learning from this ayat? That understand each other's personality and nature. Once you got married, this is where you start understanding your husband. This is where realistically, this is where understanding comes. Now you have to adjust. You know what girl says? Mom Saab, I want divorce from my husband. Why? Before marriage, he never fought with me. He never, swore at me. He never said anything to me. As soon marriage took place, after 1 year, he started fighting with me. I was like, didn't you know fight is the part of life and part of your marriage? Of course, fight, and that doesn't mean that he's fighting with you. That means the love is not left now. Now, when that happens, of course, it happens. Because he never showed the true colors. Because you never lived together. So once you got married, now you understand each other. Now you understand each other, the true, like that kind of tone he has. If I do these kind of things, he's going to get angry. And if you keep doing those things, then of course, it's your fault then, isn't it? You know, if I do these kind of things, he's going to get really happy. Then if you are not doing those things, of course, it's your fault then. Same goes with husband as well. First, you understand each other. This is when you really see that what kind of my husband is, what type of my wife is, and then you adjust with each other. When divorces really take place within first 2, 3, 4 years. Why? Because he doesn't understand really you, and you really don't understand her. Now, first 4 years, it takes time to understand each other. Once you've understood each other, 5, 6 years, life is smooth. Her wife knows, mera jana da rola hi pai rakhda. As soon as he starts fighting, seri khanda, main to chaliya sona. But before, she used to start fighting back. But now she's like, can't be asked with her. Oh, she's, no, when I'm going to go home, she's going to start going on and on and on about, because I did not buy milk today. At the start, you was like, you're a little thing, why you were shouting for? Then it's a little thing. Guests are coming, you didn't bring milk, all that stuff. Now he's so used to, now I'm going to go, definitely she's going to be ready. And he's already prepared himself for getting all that shout and everything. So he's calm now. After 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, you see, this is when things get calmed down. Believe me, because all those who are married, they can tell you 4 or 5 years, it takes time. And then after that, things get settled down. Same as any other job as well. When you go to job, you don't understand job, or you're in IT, medical job, or whatever field you're in. Once you enter in the company, you are all over the place. As soon you are settled, everything is good, alhamdulillah. You know, it was just piece of cake. It was so easy for me. I was panic होने लग गया था. शादी तभी होता है. ਅਸੀਂ panic होने लग पैंदे पहले ही. And nowadays the problem is, nowadays it's so easy to take divorce. Not easy, I would say easy, and the problem is that we have no that fear left now. The fear is gone. That before, whenever you would take divorce, like sharam aavni hai, what my family will say. Nowadays there's no shame left now. Every other girl, when I did topic of divorce, post-divorce one, I researched that in UK and in America, Muslim, the 1 in 3 girls are divorced. 1 in 3. Since I've started doing this marriage one, and you should see my phone. I had yesterday 60 questions, and today I sat down. It took me 1.5 hours to answer those questions, and I was just going on and on and on and on and on. Didn't even stop for a second. One question, the second, the third. and most of them were marriage counseling. Most of them were, and all of them were girls. Maybe only few husbands, but most of them were girls. We have no patience left. We have no patience left. Little things we start fighting. Little things we start giving divorce. Last thing, let me tell you about this. Rasulullah says that if you found out that mountain has been moved from its place to another place, believe that. That's fine. Mountain can be moved from one place to another place somehow. But if person, the nature got changed, don't believe that. Person is born with a nature, good nature. He has a good sense of humor. Or he's very serious. Or he's always angry. The nature can never be changed. He can maybe control somehow, but he can never change. I always give example of me and my wife. My wife is very quiet. She's quiet, very mature. I'm nowhere near mature. My sense of humor is all the way, I don't know where. I'm very hyper person, very hyper. You know, even kids of this madrasa teacher will tell you what kind of hyper person I am. They have to calm me down sometimes. Whenever I go to someone's house, my wife tells me, please, when you go to their house, please, please calm down. When I go home, as soon as I open the door, before we say salam, she said, I just put the kids, they're sitting calm down, they're watching something, right? Please don't, right? Don't make them hyper, please. So I'm very hyper. My wife is totally opposite. So whenever she said, but when are you going to calm down? When are you? You're 40 now. When are you going to? Look, can you become me? Can you mess about? Can you all the time just like joking this and that? I said, I can't do it. I said, because that's your nature. You're always calm. If I don't make you laugh, you're not going to laugh about like that maybe to 30 years. Right? Because you're totally different. If you ask me to calm down, it's like it's a death sentence for me. That's the reason I go very less. I go to Mahafil. Whenever someone calls Mahafil, but I know Maulis are going to be there. And I have to sit there quietly for 1 hour, and I can't do that. I cannot do that. Yeah, if my friends, all those my circle one, they go there, then I probably go there because I have someone to mess about with them. That's the reason I don't sit on stage. I try not to sit on stage. I try to sit with people there because I just cannot control myself. Sometimes, and I get in trouble as well a lot of time. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that you cannot change someone's nature. If your nature is calm, you're going to be calm. If your nature is very good sense of humor, joke, you cannot control yourself. It will just come out. So Rasulullah says, don't try to change the nature of your husband. If he's like that, don't just keep going on, and even after 20 years, after 30 years. But when are you going to change? Man, he never changed before 30 years. How is he going to change now? I remember my mom sent me here, when I came here, मेरी माँ ने मैंने आखिरी गल आखी सी, पुत्तर मजाक ना चुके करे, बंदे दी बेइज्जती हो जाती है, ना करेगा, मम्मी जी मैं क्या करा, मन तू गोली दियो फिर मैं काम डन हुआ. That's the last word my mom said to me when I came to England. You can adjust with people. Try to adjust. We don't know how to adjust. Some girls found me, my husband is not romantic. But he's not romantic. What can you do then? Are you going to change your husband then? Let's say you change your husband. But the next one is even worse than that. What are you going to do? Everyone has defects. Full package. Order order ऐसा मेनेज पाना है, इतना कैचअप पाना है, इतना वो चिकन होगा, इतना ना होगा. वो बंदा तो लभ थोड़ी तुम बर्गर लभ आओ. Isn't it? So everyone has positive points and every person has negative points. You just have to adjust with each other. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us in this ayat. Now, next one. Girls should not be married without their permission. And this is the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's hadith sharif. La tunkahul bikr. Bikr means the virgin girl who never got married before. Hatta tusta'adana. A virgin girl should not be married till she is asked for her consent. If she is not asked about her consent, that do you want to marry this boy, she must never be married to the person. And consent is not like you go and ask her, oh, you have to marry. No, but no. And emotionally you blackmailing her. Nahi, tunu mera marya muh labega. Why nahi, tu mera kafan takengi. Main mar ke mode ho, tenu mera janaze ta na amar deve ho. And then she said, Imam Sahib, what shall I do now? She said, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm never going to talk to you. Balki actually I'm going to speak in Urdu a little bit. Because I had this, a request from girls, and they are watching, all of them. Most of them are watching. They said, Imam Sahib, please speak in Urdu because our parents don't understand. Inna nu samjhana hai ki force marriage haram hai. Ta is wasi apne kudiyan nu jine force kita, yaad rakhiyo, qiyamat de roz tusaं pakdan jana. ਵਾਈ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਰਸੂਲullah ਸੱਲੱਲਾਹੁ ਅਲੈहि ਵਸੱਲਮ ਲੱਗੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਰਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਤੇ। ਮੈਂ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਮਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਯਾਦ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਆਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੁਸਾ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਮੈਂ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਲੋੜ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਵਾਸੀ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੁਸਾ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਮੈਂ ਅਗਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਪਿਆ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪੇ ਹੀ ਸਮਝ ਜਾਓ ਅਗਲੀ ਗੱਲ। I don't want to say anything else because that's what I normally say to girls. That's what your mom is like. ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੂੰ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਤੇਰੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਅਤੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਤੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਤੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ, ਤੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੈ? ਤੇ ਫਿਰ if boy is bad, his boy is drug dealer, he drinks, he's really bad, he got no future, nothing at all, that's fine, that's okay, don't marry your girl to him. But if boy is good, everything is fine. I've one girl, she messaged me, most likely she'll be watching. You watch my every day. I'm not going to mention, Manu please and na karo, especially all those who on TikTok. They all message say, please don't mention my name and a city. Have I ever mentioned anyone's name or city? I never do that. I just give you scenario of that just to give you a lesson. I never mention anyone's name. I never mention anyone's city as well. So the girl messaged me. She says, I found a very good boy. He's in uni or university which I'm in, and he's such a good person, very good future. He's doing law, he's doing degree, well off family, he reads namaz and very good manners wise, he's really good. Like basically full on pura burger package, basically the way you wanted, full on there. Now father is okay as well, father, the girl's father, boy's family is perfectly fine. He said, they all said why you can marry this girl. Both the girl's side father is fine as well. You know what mom is saying? Look at this excuse. The boy is from Manchester, we live in London, so you cannot marry that boy. Tell him, buy a house in London so that you can live close by to us, then we can marry you to the boy. I was like, आंटी जी ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੱਤ ਹੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੱਜ ਗਈ ਹੈ। ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਸਹੀ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਭਣ ਲੱਗੇ, ਜੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਲੱਭਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਮਾਵਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਖਰੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੁੱਕਦੇ ਪਏ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ। ਉਹ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੇ ਮਨ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਆਖਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਕਰੂੰ ਨੱਸ ਜਾਣਾ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ, that's very wrong attitude towards it. Never run away, never run away, never leave your house. I'm telling you, never do the kind of thing. Let's say you left your house, you gone to him, first thing he knows, she can't go back, I can do whatever I want to do, because you burnt your boss before coming, you left everything, you can't go back to your parents now. Plus whenever Eid party is gonna come, everyone knows you're a runner. Let's say everyone knows, on Eid party what they will be doing, that's the girl. Which girl? I karu nas ke aayi hai, and nas ke shaadi ki thi, she ran away from her house and then she got married to this person. Are you going to take all those things? And plus when your kid's going to come, oh your mom did this, all the time you'll be taking this, plus your husband knows as well. If a little bit thing happen, he can come on you and you can't even do anything, you can't phone your parents. Why? Because you did this. Never leave your house. Why? Because believe in taqdeer. Taqdeer is, remember, qasam, I always tell people that go read about taqdeer. There are few things which are written in your taqdeer. It can never be changed. Ever. Taqdeer Mubaram can never be changed, which is written in tablet next to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This can never be changed. Your sustenance can never be changed. You do 24 hours in taxi. You open your takeaway 7 days, 12 hours, late night pharmacies, whatever you do, anything you do, your whatever risk was written for you, it's not even a 1 penny is going to increase, not even a 1 penny is going to decrease. Until you don't take your every single risk, every single penny, you're not going to die. And you cannot take more than that. No matter what you do. That's one thing. Second, when you're going to come in this dunya, when you're going to leave this dunya, it's already been written. And there are a few other things, but let me come to the topic. And the boy who's written for you, and the girl who's written for you, it can never be changed. Rasulullah says, Taqadeer of people were written 50,000 years before Allah created Zameen, Asman, earth and skies. He wrote your taqadeer. Now Allah's kalam is dry now. Allah's kalam is gone dry. Dry basically is not going to change. Nothing's going to change. The way is, this is how it's going to be. Nothing's going to change. So the girl who's going to come to you, and when she's going to come to you, the time is written, because through you guys, another soul is going to come. Your kid's going to come. They can't be delayed as well. So when you're going to get married, it is written. Who you going to get married is written. No matter how much you run after your puppy the putter, if your khala's putter written your kismat, and no matter how horrible his face is, no matter he got ganja, he got tainted, he got beautiful hair, no matter he got no jaw line, nothing at all he has, you are going to marry that boy. Why? Because Allah wrote it for you. And if you run after, no matter how much your colleague, the girl who's beautiful, very nice, zero size, whatever it is, and everything. But if Allah wrote for you your khala's daughter, who's maybe size 14, 16, Uttar, you are marrying to the girl no matter what happens. So don't do anything wrong. If you like someone, what can you do? Make dua to Allah. So whenever you find someone who you like, never adopt anything haram. You all adopt the right ways. If she or he is written for you, fine. Like boy messaged me yesterday and he said, Imam Saab, I want to ask a question. He said, I met someone 3 years ago, but seems like things are not working. I don't think I can marry the girl, but I'm making dua for her. And it's like I can't even sleep at night. I'm going through pain, and every time, I read namaz. I the only thing I do is end of the namaz I make dua for her. I'm always making dua for her. But don't seem like she's going to come to me. Come on, my parents are not razi. Her parents don't want her to marry me. Don't seem like, I don't know, zero chances. But why is happening to me? I said because you have stuck in the situation. You need to get yourself out from the situation. Whatever, of course, I said. But the main thing I said to him, I said, Taqdeer. If she is written for you, she will come to you. You don't need to do anything. And if he is written for you, he will come to you. You don't have to do something bad. Wait for the right time. And let's say some other person comes in your Christmas, someone else. And remember, the person is good for you. Anand, chup kara do me. They're disturbing me. Shh. Oh, I'm not going to give you food when iftar is going to happen. Okay, no food for you. When? Okay. So, what I was talking about? Taqdeer. Last thing. Wait for the right time. Well, I was something else I said at the end.
That disturbing me.
Yeah, that's the one. Anyway, the main thing is that you got to wait for the right person and do not do anything haram. Acha ji. Girls, they should never be married without their consent. And it's coming from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet says, "La tunkahul bikru hatta tusta'adhana," until you have got her idhan. Idhan is ask her. Without her permission, you cannot marry that girl to anyone. Wala sayyibu hatta tusta'amara. And the girl who is already married and her either husband passed away or gave her divorce. Either she's divorced or her husband passed away, she should not be married to anyone who she doesn't want to marry. You cannot force someone to marry other person. This is Sahih Bukhari and narrator is Hazrat Aisha Siddiqa radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Next. Yeah, any widow as well. That's why I said the one who's either divorced or a husband passed away. Widow isn't. Either your husband passed away or whoever. I'll give you inshallah. I think I have ayat here because I didn't add the ayat there. Let me give you an ayat of Quran where Imam Abu Hanifa takes he says, Imam Abu Hanifa says, فَإِن طَلَّقَ, Allah says, فَإِن طَلَّقَهَا فَلَا تَحِلُّ لَهُ مِن بَعْدِ حَتَّى تَنْكِحَ زَوْجًا غَيْرَهُ. Woman won't be halal for the first husband until she marries. Imam Abu Hanifa take just this word, until she marries. And nowhere there Allah mentioned she has to go and take consent of her father, wali, this and that. When Allah is saying until she marries, Allah is giving the whole full right to her, you marry. Allah never said you have to go to this person, this person. If Allah never put the condition, who are you to put the condition? Then again, وَإِذَا طَلَّقْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ, when you have given divorce to your wives, فَبَلَغْنَ أَجَلَهُنَّ, and when they have completed their iddah, فَلَا تَعْدِلُهُنَّ أَن يَنْكِحْنَ أَزْوَاجَهُنَّ, then don't stop them to do nikah with their husbands, the previous husbands. So they cannot be forced. Either she never married before, or she's divorced, or she's widow. Whatever the situation is, woman can never be forced to marry other person. Force, one is physically forced and one is emotionally forced, and our mothers, they know how to emotionally force them. तो मेरा मरिया मुंह तकेंगी एक गल, मैं अपने जनाजे ते मना कर देना इनू, मैं तो अपनी जायदाद तू आख कीता, you're not going to be inherit anything whatever I'm going to leave behind. You can't do that anyway. That's going to happen from Quran. No matter what you say, that you are not my son, you are not my daughter, if she is born, no, she is your daughter, she will stay your daughter. You cannot say I did ark and this and that. That doesn't work. So you cannot do that. Prophet ﷺ cancelled the marriage. Now let me tell you If you have done that, if you have forced someone that you go and marry that boy, and you have to marry my khala's son, why? Because I want to make my relationship very strong back home. Why? Because she's the one who always sending me beautiful clothes from bazaar. So I need them clothes all the time. So you are the link road. So I want to make a very strong relationship back home. Look, I will go to this hadith, but let me just give you the whole situation at the top. But the bottom one, I'll talk about this. So a woman, she was forcefully, she was married to her, whoever the man, by her, of course, awliya, by her parents. Then she went, or she sent someone to two shayukh of the time, two very big ulama of the time, that this is what happened to me, what shall I do? Now, what answer them two shayukh gave? Shayukh, basically shaykh, scholars, what answer they gave? They said, Qala, fala takshain. You don't have fear, nothing at all. Don't worry. Fa'inna, certainly, Khunsa bint Khazam. This is the name of the girl. Khunta bint Khazam, ankahaha abuha. Her father, ankahaha abuha. Her abu, her father married her to someone, wahya karihatun. She never liked the person. Karahat basically, makruh, disliked. Kareha, she disliked the person. She never liked the person. And father forced her to marry that person. And what Rasulullah did then? فَرَدَّ النَّبِيُّ ذَلِكَ. Prophet cancelled that marriage. رَدَّ النَّبِيُّ. Prophet cancelled the marriage. He said, no, the marriage cannot take place because you forced your daughter to do that. So if Rasulullah is cancelling that marriage, what teaching is he giving us? That you should never do this kind of thing. You are taking someone's right away. You know, children, when they say to me, they say, but my mom is saying, is it guna, is it sin? That if I say to her, no, I don't want to marry, I say, it's not guna, it's your shari right, your birth right, given to you by Rasulullah, by Quran. And I gave you the ayat of Quran as well. Ankaha ha zawjaha. She can marry whoever she wants to without any condition. And you can clearly say, Amiji, I respect you. Of course, with respect. So that I do respect you, but I don't want to marry this person. Why? Because mom, you're not going to live with him, I'm going to live with him. Right? So you can clearly say to them, as you won't be sinful. You will never be sinful. Yeah, you will be sinful once you're married to him and you're not fulfilling his all the rights. And I've got those girls. They said, but I never liked him. I said, why you married him then? Well, I was forced. I said, however you married to the person, until he's your husband, you have to fulfill his rights. Whatever rights of husband are there, you have to fulfill his rights. You shouldn't have said yes, even though no matter what was happening. Next, this is the phone call. A sister phoned me. Yeah, that was time ago though. I still remember because it was a very good call and very good lesson we are learning from this. SubhanAllah. Father's wrong decision. And that father is not just one. There are many fathers that are doing this kind of thing. Just to protect their izzah, just to save their family. Or nak bachani hai apni. Nak bacha lo, deen bhaਵੇਂ jaya kar diyo. Nak bacha lo, kudiyan nu ziba kar diyo bas. Nak bacha lo bas apna. Pata nahi kehda nak hai tuhada. Anyway, father's wrong decision. Phone call of a sister. Acha ji, look at the situation. Husband used to abuse his wife. The sister phoned me, my husband used to abuse me so much. Gave me 3 divorces. She gave me the whole detail how he used to abuse her. Outside, in market, in Eid parties, wherever he sees, would start abusing her verbally and used to hit her too. Eventually, he gave her divorce. Now, once she was divorced, she came home. Now, but father said, you have to go back. And she found me. She said, can I go back now? My father said, you can basically do these kind of things and you give fitrana, or not fitrana, but kafara, this and that, and you can go back. She asked me, I said, no, of course, 3 divorces, done, finish. Either 3 divorces in one sitting or separate sitting. Divorce has taken place. You cannot go back to him. Yes, you have to marry someone else, then all the halala process, but I don't want to talk about that. But father is forcing his own daughter go to the man who's stranger. He's not your husband anymore. He's your ex-husband. He's stranger, just like any other man in the street is a stranger for you. The man is stranger for you. If you start living with him, zina is taking place, adultery is taking place. Wherever the children are going to come, waladul zina, waladul haram, waladul haram. They are haram children. Whatever, every second, whatever is taking place in their house is haram. So what she did, passing slowly, and she moved on. She wasn't living with her father then. She said, then what I did, I found someone else. And I got married to him now. And now she had a baby with this boy. But he divorced her as well. Now she can't go back with her child. Basically, she cannot go back to her father as well. She said, I'm stuck in a situation. I can't go back to my parents. I cannot go back anywhere. I can't even go anywhere. The only way I can see Imam Sahib is kill my baby and kill myself. That's what she was saying. I said, you can't do that. That's sin. You really, people that think killing myself, all problems are gone. Now problems are about to start. If you have committed suicide, you see what kind of punishment after that. Rasulullah did not read janazah of the person who commits suicide, but you can read janazah though. The person who commits suicide, you can read janazah. People say, oh no, you cannot read janazah of the person who commits suicide. You can read janazah of the person who commits suicide. But she said to me, she said, Imam Sahib, I can't go back to my father as well. She cannot go back to her father. Why? Because he's the one who forcing her to go to the same husband. And she said, he's divorced me. Now we are divorced. How can I go back? Why do you want me to? Why are you forcing me to commit sin? Just because of what? Just because of family name. This is how low we have gone. To save our family name, वो फैमिली और पता नहीं केड़ी एडी फैमिली है, डायनासोर की आखिरी पीढ़ी है, बच्चे बना बच्ची तो पता नहीं कि क़यामत आ जानी है और तो उसे खानदान के अंदर है पता नहीं 10 ने गर्लफ्रेंड रखी हैं, 6 ने बूथ शॉप खोली है, वो अब्बा अपने नक बजाने लगे है अब्बा हंसता दिहाड़ी सुबह उठ के नमाज ही ना पढ़ता, नक बजानी है आपने, बजाने के जरिए थ्रू हर गर्ल, थ्रू हिज गर्ल, चंगी बात है. So she said, I don't want to marry the man. Plus she said, I don't want to go back to him because he abuses me all the time. So alhamdulillah, he left me. But this is the man I found, but I can't go to my dad and ask him, come and talk to him or something. So she got married. Now she got married and now she's stuck because she could divorce again from that side. Don't force your children to do wrong things. Help them whenever they're going through some situation. Don't be just nice with your children when they're nice with you. Yeah, when they're going through trouble, this is when you help them. This is when you call, yeah, we are parents. Why? Because we helped our son, our daughter, when she was divorced. We took her back in our house and she's living with us. Now you find someone good. One girl found me, she said, parents are never happy. I've got every situation of parents. Parents, I don't know what happened to parents. They think we own our children. You don't own your children. Just like children will be questioned on the day of judgment. ਗੱਲ याद रखियो, जिस तरह क़यामत दे रोज़ माँ बाप को बच्चियां को सवाल होएगा, क़यामत के रोज़ जैसे लोग बच्चों से सवाल होगा कि तुमने अपने माँ बाप के साथ कैसे सलूक किया, उसी तरह माँ बाप से सवाल होगा कि बच्चों के साथ कैसे सलूक किया. ये सवाल होना है. और कोई भी गैर शरी आपने काम किया हुआ, किसी ने भी फोर्स मैरिज कराई हुई तो याद रखें उसके साथ ना अल्लाह होगा और ना उसके साथ उसका नबी होगा. Why? Because Allah and Nabi on the day of judgment going to be with मजलूम. अल्लाह और नबी मजलूम के साथ होंगे जिसके ऊपर जुल्म हुआ है. The zulm is done upon him. The oppression is done upon him. Allah's Nabi is not going to be with the zalim. Zalim is the doer who did zulm. Allah Nabi is not going to be with them. And you did zulm. How you did zulm? You went against Sharia. It was her right, you took the right away. It's just like you asking someone you cannot read namaz, you cannot fast. You asking them, you taking their Shari right away from them. So on the day of judgment, you will be questioned, Bache will be questioned, and you will be questioned about this, that why did you do this to the parents. So this father will be questioned on the day of judgment. Don't make them do wrong things. Otherwise, they will do wrong things because they are not that smart. If they have taken the step, where are they going to go then? One girl found me, she said, my parents wanted me to marry a boy. At the start, I said, no, I don't want to marry this boy. Mom, please, I'm still in uni, I don't want to. So at the start, I was saying, no. Eventually, I said to them, chalo, theek hai, I will marry. Now, she got married to the same person. After, I think she said 5 years, we had no children. After 5 years, he divorced me. He was very abusive, Mom. The way he used to talk, the way he used to abuse me verbally, physically, I was still living with him. But he eventually divorced me. Now when I came to my parents' house, you know what parents said? It was you who never did anything, never made no effort. Why? Because at the start, you used to say no. So definitely you are the one who wanted divorce. You forced him to the level, then he had to divorce you. Na adru tanda pagandhan maa piyo, na tanda adru pagandhan maa piyo. Oh, har paso, why? Your daughter, is she your enemy? Go give it somewhere, tell her to go buy a flat somewhere, don't live with us. Or at least don't ruin her life. Or you don't want to take her responsibility, you don't want to, do anything, tell her, Puttar, go uni, live your life, don't tell us anything. Why? Go live your life. Whoever you want to find, go find. so that you know at least whatever she's doing, even though she's making wrong decision, everything's gonna on her. At least she's not going through pain. At least she's not killing herself every day. She's living with the person she never wanted to live. Don't do these kind of things. Otherwise, day of judgment, you will be there, Allah will be there, the girl will be there, and Rasulullah will be there, and you will be questioned. क़यामत के रोज आप भी वहीं होंगे, आपकी बेटी भी वहीं होगी, अल्लाह भी वहीं होगा और रसूल भी वहीं होगा, अल्लाह जज होगा, इसलिए उस जिनको कहते हैं जजमेंट डे, अल्लाह जज होगा और अल्लाह जस्टिस करेगा, जो जालिम होगा सख्त सजा मिली जाएगी इसको. Now, can we meet our future wife? So meeting your future wife before marrying her, or can I meet my future husband before marrying him? अच्छा जी, An Abi Hurairah था. I think I mentioned this hadith before as well. So anyways, Abu Hurairah reports in Sahih Muslim, I was in a company of Rasulullah when a man came and informed Rasulullah that he is going to marry that girl. So what Rasulullah said? Prophet said that, have you seen her? Basically, did you see her? Have you met her? Talk or something a little bit. And the guy said no. Sahabi said no. Rasulullah said, go and see her, for there is something in the eyes of the Ansar. Basically, there are defects. Maybe there's defect in the girl, or maybe there's defect in the family or something. So you can meet your future husband, you can meet your future wife. Go on coffee shop, father can go with you, of course he has to go with you. Father can sit very fast, see them, and you can sit at a different table. And then as long as they're not listening to your conversation, that's fine, that's okay. As long as they can see you, don't meet on your own. As Rasulullah says, whenever a boy and girl who are non-married to each other, when they are alone, the third amongst them is shaitan. So he's definitely gonna make that company. He's not gonna let the company stay righteous or pious. It's gonna definitely put something bad in your mind that you might end up doing something bad. Now, how did you know someone is the right one? You tell me then. How do you know someone is the right one? Girl says, you won't tell me. What you said? you raise your hand. How that you won't tell me? Huh? You don't know. ताई तो पुत्र ब्याह नहीं पे होंदा. ब्याह होगा तो तुम पता होगा. Come on, kid. हाँ निकाह है? अच्छा हो जाएगा इंशाल्लाह. उम्र क्या है? ओ जो बच्चा ही है यार तू 23 साल है. अच्छा 23 होता 23. Oh, young age. How do you know someone the right one? You know, as long as you got good manners. People always go for, you know what? Girls go for dadi and boys go for jubba, abaya. I'm telling you, abaya girls on TikTok, look what they're doing. Huh? Allah maafi diye. I see a abaya girl, Allah manu aise channe khulle, all the snakes going around everywhere. But that's better for me. The way the abaya girls are doing nowadays. Right? So don't look for, don't look for outer beauty. Now, our scholar says nowadays people are wearing Islam, not adopting Islam. Very big thing that is. Wearing Islam is different, adopting Islam is different. Wearing Islam, you got nice jubba ana, baya ana, momna, mashallah, tak lagda ke subhanallah, aine gaddi te jana, scarf idhar gaya, aiyan chane bahar, full on music on R&B something, that थोड़ी जी सीट पीछे थे, अब ये कुड़ियां स्पिनिंग राउंड करने लगी हुई. आजकल कुड़ियां मुड़ियां तो पीछे कौन. Oh, तो ओए Allah माफी दिया. इतना बाया ना तक इतना दाढ़ी. Don't look at the दाढ़ियां as well. What the दाढ़ियां people are doing nowadays. Subhanallah. So ठीक है, you do look for these things. Look for his manners, how he talks. Is he soft in his speech, or is always angry? Always angry. Some people are always angry. Don't look for angry person. Angry person, he cannot adopt any. As I told you, he cannot change his nature. So if you want to go for the person, it's up to you. Last thing I want to say: do I take her or his past into account? Like, do I check a CRB criminal record? Oh, this is what I added in. This is very important. I found out few times that some girls, they got stuck in situation. They found someone on Marrige.com and they told me, Imam Sahib, he was a lot of money, everything, and a lot of money coming from that. She never checked. He was actually drug dealer, and now she's stuck with him. Right? One girl messaged me. She said, Imam Sahib, I'm married to him, and after that we want you to buy a house on mortgage or whatever they want to do. We want you to apply mortgage, both of us on our names, but he had criminal record. He had some fraud he did with the bank, or he wasn't paying that money. So his history is really bad. So his history is going to be next 10 years, 15 years, we can't buy a house. Go and check. I'm telling you seriously. Go and just like you go to a company checks your history, you go and check your history as well. But again, if you say to the person, why we are the criminal record check, are they really gonna give you, boy? Are really gonna, if you can, I think this is very good. But nowadays, every other person has, not every other person, but it can be problem. Acha ji, how we should be with our spouses. The ayat I read at the very start. Whenever I go to any wedding and the people say to me, can you just speak for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes speech? I always read this hadith, this ayat of Quran. Hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahun. It's ayat number 187 and surah is number 2 Al-Baqarah. Hunna libasun lakum. Your wives are your clothing. Look at the wording Allah subhanahu used. Your wives are your clothing. Wa antum libasun lahun. And you are your wife's clothing. Now first let me give you, Allah is the first person, you are the second person. Wives are the third person. Why Allah subhanahu talking to you? He knows man of the house is you. You're the man of the house. Have some responsibility. You should be mature enough to, maintain your house. As I mentioned before, Ar-Rajalu Qawwamun. You are Qawwamun. Don't make your wife work. If she wants to, that's fine, that's okay. It's up to her. Her money is not your money. But there's another extreme. Wives they say, yeah, my money is not my husband's money. My husband's money is my money. No, my husband's money, my money. No, your husband's money is not your money. Only that much, as much as you have expenses in your house. Any ke hun kya naam hai shayad 500 di saadi hai. Your money is my money. Unhone maa de ghar ja tu apne. My money is not your money. Your father's money is your money. Chal na sit. Your money is not your wife's money. Only that much when naan and nafka is completed and shelter. Yes, according to Sharia, you have to buy one suit for your wife. That's old time. Nowadays, of course, it's more, but still, not your old money is your money. If you take money from your husband's pocket, that is stealing. If you take money from your husband's pocket without him knowing and he doesn't like it, that's another condition. He won't like that if he finds out. It's haram for you. Yeah, if one thing is, husband knows already, they have understanding, good understanding, husband, wife. That's fine. And he says, why that's fine, that's okay, you took money. Then it's not haram, because manvi taur pe jaat mili hui hai. Why? Manvi jaat mili hui hai, that's fine, that's okay. But if he doesn't like you taking his money, that is haram for you because you are stealing. And again, another condition, if he is not fulfilling your expenses of the house, bills, anything, now you can take money, that's not stealing because you're taking your right. You have to fulfill all those expenses of the house, then you have to take money from him. Now some cities nowadays, I'm getting phone calls, so many phone calls that wives are saying to me, my husband is forcing me to work. I'm like, yaar, tu jana hai कि तू खुश रहा है यार, तू अपनी जनानी नु कम करांदा है. Allah Mafi, you are saying, it's people, men say, I don't know how can a man say to his wife that you have to work to help me. One is, chalo theek hai, that's fine. Wife should be, understanding as well. Whatever the condition of the house is going on nowadays, both have to work, and that house works, and expenses go. But you cannot force your wife to do these things. And her wife says, then another thing, wife says he doesn't work at all, and if he does, he only gives me bread money or maybe milk money. Rest of the house, kharcha, everything, I'm paying. That's all. I'm doing everything. What about him? He said, I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't come home on time. He comes home late. I don't know, he's gambling, whatever he's doing. I'm the one who's paying. And that's not one call. I'm telling you, so many calls. Husband doesn't even pay towards the house. Maybe a little bit. Here's a £200 a month. £200 a month. This is how much you're going to pay towards your wife, to your house. You are Ar-Rajalu Qawwamun. So it is your job to do that. So Allah is talking to you because you're a man. He's not talking to her because she's not running the house. You are running the house. Ar-Rijalu Qawwamun. Hunna libasun lakum. You are their clothing, and you, women, are your clothing, your wives. What clothing does? Give me some good, very good points, because I always have about 2 to 3, because I have to finish the speech and weddings whenever I give this. First one is, it makes you look beautiful. Your clothing makes you look beautiful. Make your husband look beautiful in people's eye. Remember, whenever husband is not respected in your family, you must be doing something, calling back. My husband this. Or your wife, your mothers and your sisters are not respecting your wife. That means you're doing something at the back. You're doing something. You're telling your mother, your sisters about your wife. Don't do this kind of thing. It's your muamala. Hide these things. Another thing what clothing does, he hides your defects. Very next thing, he hides your defects. Hide your wife's defects. Whatever are effects, as I mentioned before, no one is perfect. You're not going to get perfect hoor from Jannah is here. Yeah, at first 1 month, everyone looks like a hoor. After 1 month, they don't look like hoor. This is when the defects are showing up of your husband and of your wife. Don't pick the phone up without phoning back, because whenever it's the nature of human being. Whenever I get a phone call nowadays, because we're doing this job for a very long time, and especially marriage counseling, subhanallah. Whenever I get a phone call and she tells me all the story, I said there is always the other side of the story. I cannot make decision until I get the other side of the story. And whenever I get the other side of the story, it's all totally different. Totally different. Husband came to me and he said he swear a wife and he was used to abuse wife, and wife said no, he's accusing me, I've been going to other man and this and that, and she said I'll never do that. She got scarf on, mashallah, everything. And then after that, when husband came, husband said, wait, hold on a second, what were you doing at 12 o'clock at night in his house? 12 o'clock at night, what were you doing in his house? And I saw you in his house. And she went quiet. Man, why did you hide that then, that little part? Then mom said, I was there but I didn't do anything. मैं फिर जो जंज चढ़ी ना ऑफिस बिठा के उफ फिर मैं जो कीता ना हाल my it's like I went red when I do it. Now why did you hide that? Now you must have done it then, isn't it? I'm not going to take your words now. If you hid something, definitely there was something in your heart, that's why you're hiding. Now I'm not going to take your words now. Anyway, there's all the other sides of the story as well. So your wives are your clothing. You make them look beautiful in the other people's eyes. You hide their defects and you protect them. What clothing does, it protects you. And the fourth thing, what is very close to you right now, right next to your skin? Clothing. Always stay next to your wife. I'm not talking about physically, psychologically. Stay next to your wife. Phone her, talk to her, tell her आज तो बड़े मजे दी आंटी पकाई है, मजा आ गया भाई, आज तो बड़ा मजेदार काम किया है. Tell her, express your love towards her. This is how you stay close to her. Don't just talk to her when you need something. Don't just talk to her, I need to iron my clothes, or is this there, or I need to go to job, is my car, not about keys, where my keys are. That's all the normal. Sometimes sit down and ask yourself what conversations you do from all the morning till evening with husband and wife, or husband and both of you to each other. What conversation? Most of the time, खाना पक गया जी, आ जाओ थल्ले. ਉਹ ਥੱਲੇ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ, ਖਾਣਾ ਖਾ ਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਟੁਰ ਗਏ, ਐ ਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਜਾਣਾ, ਮਹਿਮਾਨ ਆ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਬਿਮਾਰ ਹੈ, ਦਵਾਈ ਲੈ ਆ. That's all the conversation. No wonder why you're getting closer to each other. और सुनाओ क्या हाल है, ठीक हो? Say ठीक है. How are you? You okay? You feeling okay? Shall I put the TV on for you? Do you want what? Do you want tea? Let's go out for a walk. Let's do. I'm telling you, these are little things that affect so much on other person, but we don't do these things. They're talking, just normal talking. It's like two colleagues are living in one house. A file pakda di yara, a pen pakda di manu. That's all goes on between husband and wife. No. Always stay next to your wife psychologically, mentally, all those 4 intimacies I talked about yesterday. Acha ji, next, responsibility. I'm just going to finish here. Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ul. At the end, I'm leaving you with this question. Rasulullah hadith sharif, Sahih Bukhari, Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu anhu says that kullukum ra'in, every one of you is shepherd, every one of you a caretaker. You have given a responsibility, every one of you, kullukum. And you will be questioned on the day of judgment about those people who have given in your responsibility. What did you do with them? Wife will be asked about husband's house. It's a very long hadith. Wal mar'atu ra'iyatun. And wife, she's shepherd of her husband's house and children. When he's at work, what are you doing? Are you giving good, upbringing to your children? Wa rajulu ra'in. And husband, he is ra'i. Ra'i basically the one who's shepherd, who got flock. He's a shepherd of his house, his family, parents as well, his wife, children, everyone, whoever it comes under him. Factory owner, all those who works under him, he's the shepherd of them. He will be questioned about them, how you dealt with them. Everyone is shepherd, and everyone will be questioned on the day of judgment. Moms will be questioned on the day of judgment. Father will be questioned on how they dealt with their children when it came to marriage, and when it came to when father passed away, and how they gave them inheritance. The inheritance is always taken away from, especially from sisters and daughters, and given to boys. Achaji, may Allah subhanahu give us tawfiq to understand our deen. May Allah subhanahu give us tawfiq to truly adopt the Sharia of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jazakallahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.